sometimes you want to go into business and you don't have the means, you don't have the capital to start off with. Your goodwill, so to speak, are assets that one can leverage on to get into business. So you have to be able to identify. I know so many people who want to start, probably they have 100,000 naira and they want to go into business, and the first thing they go looking for is a location. And location is not really the starting point. You could have a car that could function as your shop, you know. So that is an asset in that area. An entrepreneur must be able to, I want to go into education. I don't have the money to start off with. Could I begin with a home lesson? You know, the house where I live in, my premises, my neighborhood, the people that know me, the people I interact with, those are my assets. So I believe those are the things that any entrepreneur should first of all be able to iron out at the very beginning.
I said also that the youths need to be reorientated. I think it's the way our economies or the way the climate of Nigeria is. Everybody wants to get the glory, but are not ready to tell the story. And usually, before the glory comes, there's a story. They're in a hurry to make money. Oh, I must live in so, I must buy this car, I must wear these clothes, I must be able to do this. No.
Well, the fashion business is evolving. It's very lucrative. If you're very hardworking, you'll make it. The sky is the limit. Once you're good, once you set your mind to do it, go for it, and then there's no. I don't think you'd have any problem if you're creative and you keep at it.
Okay.
My experiences put together inspired me to go into this. Like I said, I'm not just rising up. I want to raise other ladies up. I see a lot of other young girls and even boys doing the same thing. But I work more with girls and their mothers because I know what I went through. Sincerely, if I start talking about my personal experiences, it's not what you want to go into. It's a whole lot of stories, a whole lot. But I was able to skate through. And I said to myself, the same way, the same measure, the same thing that has helped you, use it to help other people. And that was how I went into social services. Yeah.
Well, at the exhibition, you will see some of the crafts, some of the handmade crafts that the students have been able to do for themselves here at the workshop. I have bag making. You see some of the bags that the students have made. You see beads, and it's amazing because when you see this young chap, you wonder if they can ever do anything. But at the end of this training, I'm glad to announce that these children have done tremendously well.
Some people don't even know what they want. They feel there's money in this thing, and they want to make money, or maybe a friend of theirs or their colleagues is doing this, they just feel. Quite a number of people do things because of the way they feel, not because of even who they are or what they are called for. So let them search themselves and ask God to show them the purpose, you know, God given, you know, purpose for their life, and things would, they'll get there.
If you're going in for money, you're not going to get it.
Okay.
You have to be there for the love of the profession, which is. Someone said something to me which I want to share. He said, "Good journalism is biased against injustice, against killings, and so many other things. So if you're going there for money, you're probably not going to get it. But if you're going there to build relationships, to make an impact, make a difference in the life of people who you represent, because as a media person, you're one of the gatekeepers. You're there to ensure that what the truth is said. You know, you're not supposed to go there and push your opinion into people. You're supposed to go there and say, okay, you know, this is what happened, this is what we say, this is what we think should be done. You're like the second body to everything. So for young women who are going into the profession, I would like to say, first of all, don't go into media for money. You won't get it. Or if you get it, you'll get it the wrong way. But if you love it as a profession, you probably would do it very well.
So when you look at finance, it's a big issue. Getting access to finance is quite expensive, the duration and the rest of that. But I believe there are a lot of efforts towards doing, solving that issue. We look at infrastructure investing, which is what also healthcare real estate comes in, building bridges, roads, and the rest of that. Because for you to have a good real estate, you have to have good infrastructure. Of course, you can see the power is now actually getting better. If Nigerian power situation would stabilize, we have the best economy ever in the history of this world. So with that much deficit in power that we have, you can imagine how we're doing, and imagine when we have power, what would happen. So that would be sorted. Then we rate up in a lot of bureaucracy in procedures, in actually trying to register, perfecting tightly, everything to do with land tightly, and also the Land Use Act, doesn't allow for a lot of things. So a lot of submissions have been made for amendment of this act, and which will help. Also, when this is done, of course, we're going to have a better and a shorter procedural period for land titling or perfection of procedures of land. The government owes us, right as citizens to have our own homes, okay, to provide housing. So if you're in the urban, you're in an urban city like Lagos, it becomes, with the population of the people, it becomes a little bit difficult for the government to be able to provide accommodation for everyone or provide housing for everyone. But I mean, that's how the deficit arose. But where do we individually have where we come from as a home? Of course we do. Okay, now talking about housing as well, it's like I said, is a government, is something that is owned to us by the government. It's a governmental right to the people. Like we know, Lagos State has started a scheme called the Lagos Homes Home Ownership Scheme. Okay, that allows you, a resident of Lagos, a tax-paying resident of Lagos, to be able to access home finance through that scheme. So, but it's a bit difficult to explain, because sometimes also we actually want what we don't even deserve. If you're a low-income earner and you want to live in a place where high income earners or rich people live, for example, let me put it that way, that becomes a problem. So we have to start differentiating, urban real estate with regional real estate as well. Yeah.
Okay. Aside the government, aside us, the NGO, individuals, everybody working on the street, you can see a girl that you can help. You can see anybody you can help. It all takes the strength of every person trying to help every person. It doesn't take a group. It mustn't be a group. It mustn't be the government. So if we as individuals can step up to the task and help and talk to one person beside you, you mustn't give arms all the time. It's not all about money. Talking to the person beside you, speaking words of encouragement to that person, that will go a long way.